Lucky Diamond and Lion City Tycoon. Olivia Placet's riding plus half a kilo. So Lucky Diamond will carry 51.5 and Lion City Tycoon 52. Moonlight Shower. Nice little horse, his Moonlight Shower. Hasn't had a lot of racing, 6 starts, 3 wins, so pretty good form. And form very good so far since hitting the racetrack. A little bit disappointing last time, but that's the only sort of little negative on his form. Nice horse, and I do like the fact that he's got the blinkers on tonight.
Oh, I like the fact that you can pretty well put a line through his last start. Yeah, happy to, because he just doesn't run bad races. Previous to that, he's had 5 starts for 3 wins and a second and a third, Frosty. So great horse to follow. So I'm happy to ignore his last start. Winkers upgraded to blinkers, and I'm happy to put him in. I've got him in the top 3.
Won a recent trial with the blinkers, and a nice horse on the poly track as well. He's won 2 times on the poly and also on the turf. And he's been raced against some pretty nice horses in the past and put on 7 kilos, and Danny Beasley to ride from a nice inside draw barrier of 4 for him. So we're getting a good look at Moonlight Show. Let's have a look at something else and go to number 2, Williams. There he is, and he's a professional type horse. So he's had 28 starts so far, this 4-year-old. He likes his surface. He's a 5-time winner. Only beaten a length last time in a pretty good quality race he was in last time. He always runs well off a good draw, and I do like gate 2 for him here.
What do you do with this horse, Frosty? I was having a look just on his poly runs. That was the first time he'd been unplaced, that last start, and he was only beaten a length. That was the first time he'd been unplaced in about 10 starts. You can correct me if I'm wrong, I could be horribly wrong, but just a super honest horse, and no favours last time out, and he wasn't far at the finish. He looked gone on a couple of occasions, and to finish that close just shows how honest this horse is, and yeah, you can do worse. He's paying 40 and 11, so you can just have a little bit on him, and you're going to get a good value for the money.
Good value here tonight.
He often does go around, Andrew. Even when he was running in terrific form, he was going out at 48 and 32s, and just keep on each way all the way.
Here's number 1, Maple Star, drawn wide on the track, but I think with that first up run out of the way, he's trimmed up 6 kilos, which I do like, which he'll need to be fitter here. I thought the 1200 metres was too far for him first up. I think back to the 1100 metres is good for him. Got plenty of pace, won a recent trial as I've already talked about, and I think it's going to be hard to beat here. He just needs to get across from his draw. He needs a nice run in transit, but if Glenn Boss can give him a good ride, I think he'll be right there at the finish.
I think this horse is a terrific horse to follow, Maple Star. I picked him actually to win first up. He didn't, but it was good enough to think that he's going to win very soon. I haven't got him in my top 3 today, but for no reason. It's a great race, and you can throw a blanket over a lot of them.
Dictator is a very nice horse, and he's the favourite at $13, and the late male looks good in the yard too. Got a lovely, healthy look about him. Had a few excuses last start, but nice effort to finish 3rd behind Pacino.
Plenty of excuses, and the punters haven't missed it, Andrew. Looking at some of the form books or the websites, i.e. cranjyracing.com, he had excuses first up, and he's going to go, should run huge today, and he's the one to be on. And the 13 and 7, and I expect him to come in for more support when he comes in.
Diplomatic Strike, his first up run was all right. They took the blinkers off him first up, and they remain off him again. I might just wait till they put the blinkers back on before I tip him. He's drawn a little bit wide on the track as well. It looks good for his second up run, and he's a nice horse, but I preferred a few others out of him tonight.
No, I agree, Andrew. His first up run was good, but I think they might just wait another one run before the blinkers go back on, and then we can have a serious look at him.
Shinkansen got speed, and he's drawn well. He's sort of the type of horse that when they continue to step him up in grade, he still races well, and he finished 2nd last time behind Pacino, so he's raced against a few of these horses, and he's in good form.
Well, I think a lot of us went off him stepping up from Class 4. He was an honest Class 4 horse, a couple of wins in that grade, and he was kicking around. Jumped to Class 3, Azahar went on, $131, and he almost pinched it, finished 2nd. And that was a terrific run. You've got to respect him on that, Andrew.
Yeah, and inside draw. He's a jump and run type horse. So I think he's a good quartet chance here, Sin Cancer. Most people are tipping a few others ahead of him, but expecting him to run a cheeky race. Here's Lucky Diamond, drawn in gate number, so as I said, Freak's only claiming half the kilo. He's a 3-time winner, has one on the poly track. He's sort of never far away from the action. This is much easier than his last assignment, but he actually didn't go too bad in the race behind Gozy.
So obviously they've thrown him into a group race, Frost. He had a rating of 65. He had a rating of 63 when he's jumped into a group race against the likes of Gozy, who would have been, kicking up to the 100. He went out at $553. We obviously put a line through that run in tough company, but it was good enough to think that, stepping back to this, he was going to get a little support. And 91 and 17, I think he could be the value runner.
Yes, we should be out in the yard for this race, Larry, and having a look at all these nice horses. Here's Perigot, and he doesn't have a lot of form to go on. He's resuming after a long break away from racing, where he put up as a roar last time.
Very hard to have here, and the dividend board, he's probably under at 417, but I think we can put a line through him. Nice crowd out in the parade ring tonight, Andrew. As you would expect on a beautiful night like this.
It's a nice
quite
evening.
a few have come down from level 3 and level 4, got some photos being taken. All the newcomers to the races. Laurie's out there. That's odd, there's a few women out there and Laurie's in the middle of it.
Yep, he likes to surround himself with some nice women. Elle Laxon, and don't we all? Lion City Tycoon, Larry. Usually gets a bit warm before his races. Nice effort by Black Ice last time. He really flew home late. Easy get back run on type horse. And he's a quartet chance. And I'm not totally convinced he can win this race. I think he probably needs it easy as a winning chance, but he's a good place chance.
I think he's a bit stiff not to get dropped a point last start, because he was heading down to class 4, and he would have been a good thing in class 4, but the handicapper suggested that that run was good enough, a fourth behind Black Ice, to stay on 62, and why not? It was certainly, he's going to be competitive. He was competitive, and you've got to keep him safe, but I'd love to see him drop.
Primera Espada, he is another horse like Lion City Tycoon. I think he'll get back a little bit and run on. I like the fact he's drawn an inside gate to sort of try and save a bit of ground in the run, and he loves the poly. He won 2 times on the poly track. He went over the 1400 metres last time. I do think this is a better move here, coming back to the poly, and even his run in Class 3 Company 2 starts ago was pretty good.
That's a good camera shot of the crowd down in the parade ring. This is the best race of the night. It's a cracker. It's going to be a cracker on the track. The into that first bend is going to be, I can't imagine how many horses are going to be 5-6 wide going to that bend. But the 11, the Primera Espada, forget his last run on the turf, 1400. I like him on the poly, and I'm going to put him in somewhere. He's too good to leave out, Andrew, down there at the Rats.
Yes, and Lynn Craig upstairs is pretty keen on Primera Espada, and he'll be charging home late. So it's a race where there's a few sort of that are standing out on the dividend board. The 3 ahead of the 1, but I think there's some good value on offer for some of these other runners. We'll talk more about them closer to the start. We'll give our tips first, Larry. I'm going to go with 1, 3, 2 and 11. Maple Star on top, ahead of Dictator, Williams, then Primera Espada.
Yeah, I've gone for Dictator on top. I've gone 3, 2, 5 and 1. 3 to beat Williams, 5 and 1.
It's that type of race where there's some nice horses you've probably got to leave out of the tips here. But anyway, there are our thoughts from down here. 3 is the favourite, Dictator, at $15. Let's head upstairs to Craig, and what are your top 4 here?
Well, a tip with Primera Espada. Would have liked to have seen a little bit more confidence from the camp. It's at $88 at this stage, so big price about Primera Espada. I just like the fact that it's down there on 51.5. Its last win did come at a lower level, Class 4, but it did win pretty nicely with 56 kilos. It's had no luck at its next run, and then started 1,400 metres on the turf, and it was like a fish out of water. Just didn't get into the race at all. It's drawn nicely here, and I thought it could run a nice race. S. John rode the winner of the first 2. Hear Me. Going into the program tonight, S. John had only ridden 5 winners for the season. So he's not a prolific winning rider, but he has ridden a winning double earlier on in the season. Back in March he rode a winning double, so hopefully he can strike again and get another one up here. It's into 77 now. Primera Espada. Gone for Maple Star to run second, Dictator for third, and Moonlight Shower into fourth. So 11, 1, 3 and 5. 11, 1, 3 and 5 for race number 8. But the $16 favourite is Dictator. It was a pretty good effort last time. Marira jumping on, and he certainly found some trouble in the home stretch, Dictator, last time out. I've got him in for third, but Primera Espada, probably an each-way ticket here, is around about 16 to 1 on the Singapore Tote. So 11, 1, 3 and 5 for me in race number 8 of the evening. You mentioned briefly there, Larry, CrungyRacing.com. For viewers who don't know the website, what can we expect when we log on to CrungyRacing.com?
Not many winners tonight, Craig. Not many winners tonight. No, it's a little bit of a fun site. We've got it's just basically my database, which I do the form on from home, and so people get privy to that. And we have a good group of tipsters. They were hard to beat last month. We have a little competition where anyone that beats me in the tipping gets a hat, and I lost a lot of hats. It was a tough month. But
you've got some new hats too, haven't you?
Yeah, for the international racing. For International Week, we've got a contingent coming up. The beauty of the website's obviously, there's a few websites going around too, so I'd recommend having a look at winner21.com. Racing Guide's got a website now. Turf Online covers Singapore racing, and there's probably others. But it's always good because you get that information, up to date, and especially the racing's so international now that a lot of our members are from Melbourne, South Africa. When the racing was broadcast in France, we had a lot of French members, so it was very good. But international racing, it's going along nicely.
Just give me one minute, Larry. Just want to give my tips because they didn't key him in downstairs. 1, 3, 2 and 11 for me. Larry, just give your top 4 again.
My top 4? I'll have to go back and check them out. I know I put Dictator on top, and I think Williams is still the value. So I've gone 3, 2, 5 and 1. 3, 2, 5 and 1.
Okay, and there they are. The tips are on the screen there. The 1 and 3 is pretty popular. Yeah, and it should be a good week, the International Week, and you're coming back for the International Week, Larry?
Yeah, it's going to be a great week. I mean, obviously the Rocket Man's the headline act, but the support cast is pretty handy. Obviously the $3 million Singapore Airlines International Cup's the big one, but the sprint in the last, since it's been brought back in, Takeover Target sort of put it on the map to a lot of people. Sacred, and then Rocket Man came along. And then you had Rocket Man, Takeover Target, Sacred Kingdom. So it's all the great horses, and it's just been a terrific race. So I mean, it's going to bring the house down this year if the Rocket gets up. Dubai was obviously terrific. I watched that back in Australia. Speaking to Pat before, it's just a weight off his shoulders, and now hopefully, I don't think he will, but he can enjoy this week a little bit more than he did probably last year, and go into it knowing at least you've got that win under your belt, that Group 1 win, and hopefully another one.
Yes, and
what's going on here, Andrew? There's a jockey off. They're just adjusting
the saddle on Moonlight Shower. There's Danny Beasy at the front. Everything looks okay. Obviously, he's got a small saddle on. I just think just adjusting the girth here on Moonlight Shower. And he's into $24 too, Moonlight Shower. So he's the second pick on the dividend board with the blinkers on here tonight. The pacifiers are off. Maple Star here. I had them on the one for the 1 start last time. Maple Star. There he's on screen. There's a Glen Boss in the cell, currently at $27. Williams 41 earlier, now down to 32. So people have entertained him at the nicer odds, and now he's down to 33 now for him. The 11 Primera Espada, $66 for him. We've got the 6 Shinkansen at 43. And $58 for number 10, which is Lion City Tycoon. Danny Beasy's back in the saddle here on a Moonlight Shower, and he's only lightly raced. Some of these horses here at the Class 3 level haven't had a lot of racing. We've got Moonlight Shower only have the 6 starts for 3 wins. We've got Dictator 11 starts, 3 wins. Maple Star 10 starts, 3 wins. So a lot of horses haven't had a lot of racing, but they've got a couple of victories already under their belt.
Yeah, and they're on the way up. And that's why I like a horse like Lucky Diamond at the odds. The terrific odds for Lucky Diamond, 72 and 18. As we mentioned, he's coming off a group race, probably a little bit ambitious, but you got to be in it to win it.
Didn't disgrace himself.
No, and dropping back to this company. But these races are. I just love them, the poly sprints, because you just get so much action early from the word go. It's into that first bend, and horses like Dictator got found out last start, got in a little bit of trouble, ended up winning a protest to getting into third. Williams is going to be thereabouts, Frosty. Let's go through the details before we jump.
Number 3, Dictator, has been the favourite all the way through, and he's at $17. Number 5, Moonlight Shower, down to 23. Number 1, Maple Star at 25. Number 2, Williams is at $34 now, and number 6, Shinkansen heads the rest at $45. They're starting to load here. All the runners starting to make their way over the short distance, the 1100 metres. It's a good race, class 3 event. Here's Craig to call the action.
Thank you for that, Andrew. And $17 about Dictator. It looks like he'll hold favouritism right to the jump. $23 about Moonlight Shower. $25 for Maple Star, having a second run back from his spell. Lucky Diamond about to come in, a Moonlight Shower for Beasley will be the last to go in. So they're almost set now, race number 8. 2 weeks away from the international weekend. 2 weeks tonight to the Singapore Guineas and Oz Horse Golden Horseshoe. Big night. It's getting bigger and bigger the Friday night before the international day. All set now. This is race 8.
Line him up.
They're set and they're off. Missing it badly, Lion City Tycoon. Dictator away quickly with Moonlight Shower, Shinkansen. Williams is right up there with Lucky Diamond. Primera Espada trying to hold up. Next is Maple Star. Then came Perigeux, Diplomatic Strike, and a gap away in the field to Lion City Tycoon. Moonlight Shower with good support on the tote is the leader. The favourite Dictator goes up to second, followed by Primera Espada. Around the outside is Shinkansen with the light blue and pink. Williams between horses. Then came Lucky Diamond as they travel down the side from Maple Star, Perigeux, Diplomatic Strike, and well back as they turn Lion City Tycoon. Moonlight Showers had it fairly comfortable in the lead, led by 3/4 over Dictator. Williams coming through, followed by Shinkansen. Lucky Diamond down the outside, Diplomatic Strike from Mira Espada, Maple Star right down the outside, the Dictator from Herrera went up, snatched the lead away from Moonlight Shower. Williams is battling on well, Lucky Diamond, Maple Star and Diplomatic Strike, but another one from Herrera, and Dictator's going to career away for a big victory. Dictator the favourite lands it by 5, second tight. Williams drove through along with Maple Star out wider and Moonlight Shower. Only ahead between the 3 will wait for the judge, followed by Lucky Diamond. A gap to Primera Espada, then came Diplomatic Strike, Shinkansen, Lion City Tycoon and Perigeux went back to the rear. Favourite takers are roaring downstairs. They're pretty happy here with the Dictator at 14 and 5.1. And a 4 for the night for Joe Marrero. Ready to strike, Secret Party forgiven, and now Dictator. So he'll head off home and no doubt sleep fairly comfortable with the work he's put in here tonight. 4 winners for the season takes him up to 36. 4 winners tonight, up to 36 for the season. Close go for the skinny end here. Williams will get second. I think Moonlight Shower third, just ahead of Maple Star. But he was 3 in a photo. 3 in a photo after the running of race number 8. Seems like Larry Foley's walked into a theme park downstairs. It's 3 in a photo. Dictator takes it out here, 14 and 5.1. Now 3, 2, 5 and 1 have been confirmed. 3, 2, 5 and 1 confirmed. So Dictator ridden up on the outside of Moonlight Shower, and he's come in for a pretty strong victory. By Tycoon Ruler out of Bella Fuse for Lansdowne 9 stable, Michael Friedman, Joe Marrero, and that is win number 4 from 12 career starts. Williams runs second here for Laurie Lakeson and Simon Jamat, and third in Moonlight Shower for Don Birchiger, Danny Beasley, and officially fourth goes the way of Maple Star. So 3, 2, 5 and 1. An excited crowd down there by the sound of it, Larry.
It's a very excited crowd. Craig, I think a few of the girls have backed it. Big crowd. It's a syndicated horse. Angela Lansdowne, and then there must be 20 or so. We're going to have a chat to Angela, actually. There's a lot of noise down here, which is great for racing. That was a terrific win.
It was. I think the change of jockey did a really good second up. He had a great run, and he proved his back. So it's good to see he's competitive now. And the spell did him good. Michael's obviously done a great job with him.
Now you syndicate a few horses for expatriates and locals in Singapore.
We obviously always have a large crowd here. We're here for the fun, and it's nights like tonight, which is makes it all worthwhile.
Well done.
Thank you.
Larry, the quartet there, the numbers are 3, 2, 5 and 1. Someone tells me you might have tipped that quartet. Is that correct?
I'd be happy to tip the winner, Craig. I'd be happy to tip the winner. But that was one of the Grangie Racing selections of the night. Punter's Bell was under, but that was a terrific win, and that's obviously a horse to follow.
Marrero pretty happy with the result there too. He's punched the breeze after the line, well after the line on that, and that's 4 for Joe Marrero. So he's really making a move on Vlad Jurek, and you can hear the crowd downstairs. I'm in a booth up on top of the grandstand, so we're a long way above the ground here, and we're totally sealed in. There's no windows. Obviously there's glass you look through, but there's no windows, so you normally hear absolutely nothing after a race, even though there is some noise downstairs, but we're sealed in. But after the race I could hear the cheering from up here, Larry. So
no, it's pretty big. It's pretty big down here, and you can expect double that when we get down to the tent party on the lawn 2 weeks time, Craig. So if you're worried about the noise, we might have to get some earplugs.
I'm not worried about the noise. I think it's great for racing, and they just noticed themselves on the big Panasonic screen here.
I'll give a wave.
Yeah, Danny Berkeley walks past and say, yeah, well done, congratulations. I gave him on Moonlight Shower a bit of windburn, but Joe Marrero has come back to a big reception here.
I think they might have had $1 or $2 on this. That's Lansdowne 9 stable, obviously a number of one of the syndicates there, Craig. And there's some really good syndicates going around in Singapore at the moment, so people can get involved, and you can see this is a good advertisement for owning a horse. They're obviously having plenty of fun, and old Joe's pretty happy too. 4 winners for tonight, and this one's a big one.
Yeah, it is indeed Joe Marrero, so he's up to 36, and he's really making it interesting now with Vlad Jurek. Vlad without a winner so far tonight. I know Joe hasn't got a ride in the last. What about Vlad? Let's have a look at the sheet for the final race. Yeah, Vlad's on Isodynamic, a good winner last time in the easier class, so some hope in this final race coming up in the not too distant future. But yeah, we a photo downstairs, and I dare say of course, photographer might be making a little bit out of this. There might be a few copies of the official photo to be sold.
I'd jump in this photo myself, Craig, one of the crew, and I just will point out that if my wife is watching at home, this is work. This is work.
The chances of your wife watching, Larry, what would they be?
About the odds of Rapid Flare in the previous.
I'd say Rapid Flare was nearly a favourite compared to the chances of Astra being tuned in this evening and watching the coverage. The Lansdowne 9 stable, plenty of them. The winning owners here with Dictator taking it out. So 3, 2, 5 and 1, 5 3/4, a head and a nose, and 104.67. So very good gallop there too. 104.67 Moonlight Shower. Set up the speed here. He's in the black colours, but Dictator just inclined to move around a little bit. But Marrero, certainly a very accomplished rider. He's one of the best I've seen, and he just has exceptional balance, and he almost brings the horse back in line without moving the reins. So he just careers away here, Dictator. Williams finished on very well, and Maple Star, he's coming along nice, and that was his second run this campaign, and you can expect him to pick up a victory very soon. But 3, 2, 5 and 1, 5 3/4, a head and a nose, and 104.67 the winner's time after the running of race number 8. So we've had the victory there. Marrero with 4 winners here tonight. And I'm not sure if he's available downstairs, or we might have a look at the replay for the running of race number 8. All set now. This is race 8. They're set and they're off. Missing it badly, Lion City Tycoon. Dictator away quickly with Moonlight Shower, Shinkansen. Williams is right up there with Lucky Diamond. Primera Espada trying to hold up. Next is Maple Star. Then came Perigeux, Diplomatic Strike, and a gap away in the field to Lion City Tycoon. Moonlight Shower with good support on the tote is the leader. The favourite Dictator goes up to second, followed by Primera Espada. Around the outside is Shinkansen with the light blue and pink. Williams between horses. Then came Lucky Diamond as they travel down the side from Maple Star, Perigeux, Diplomatic Strike, and well back as they turn Lion City Tycoon. Moonlight Showers had it fairly comfortable in the lead, led by 3/4 over Dictator. Williams coming through, followed by Shinkansen. Lucky Diamond down the outside, Diplomatic Strike from Primera Espada, and Maple Star right down the outside. The Dictator from Herrera went up, snatched the lead away from Moonlight Shower. Williams is battling on well. Lucky Diamond, Maple Star, and Diplomatic Strike, but another one from Herrera, and Dictator's going to career away for a big victory. Dictator, the favourite, lands it by 5, second tight. Williams drove through along with Maple Star out wider, and Moonlight Shower only ahead between the three. Will wait for the judge, followed by Lucky Diamond. A gap to Primera Espada, then came Diplomatic Strike, Shinkansen. Lion City Tycoon and Perigeux went back to the rear. Favourite takers are raw.
Okay, the all clears through. 3, 2, 5 and 1. Race 8 was taken out by number 3, Dictator. Another winner for Joe Maria, 14 for the win, $5.10 for the place. Williams 13 and a Moonlight Shower 9. Maple Star finished 4th. The forecast $28. The 2 and 3 place forecast is 9. 3 and 5 is 7. 2 and 5 is 11. The TSA $108 and $29 for the trio. The quartet $270 and the quadro $16. The time 1:04.67. The run on for you, and Dictator, he won by 5 3/4 lengths. He's bolted in ahead of Williams. It was pretty tight for second, third and fourth with Williams, Moonlight Shower and Maple Star. Then we go down to Primera Espada, finished 8th, and across the page to Lion